What's going on, guys, and welcome back to News with Asanish, where we discuss comics, movies, games, and more, bringing you a breakdown of the new Spider-Man No Way Home official trailer. Now, pretty much every content creator who does what I do has done a breakdown of this trailer, but I really want to talk about it because this trailer is insane, and it's on the scale of epic. It's not like any Spider-Man trailer I've ever seen, and Sony pretty much revealed almost everything without spoiling the goods. You know what I'm talking about, and I'll get to those goods in a second, but before we all do that, I want you all to like, comment, subscribe, and click on the bell notification so y'all don't miss videos like this. I post videos every day, and I live stream on Tuesdays and Sundays from 8:30 to 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Join my Discord. The invitation link to that is in the description box below, along with the links to my Twitter and Instagram. Now, before I get into the breakdown, I just want to give a quick shout out to all of you and say thank you for joining my Spider-Man No Way Home official trailer live stream last night. I know it was a spur in the moment, but nonetheless, it was amazing. We had peaked at 1,517 viewers to be exact on my live stream last night. It was a hell of a party. Thank you all so much once again. I'm truly humbled. Now, we're jumping into the trailer here, and from the start, we see Tom Holland's Peter Parker in the dead of night in the rain beaten up. And I gotta say, the cinematography here looks amazing. Really well done footage. Peter Parker says, ever since I've been bitten by that spider, I've only had 1 week where my life has felt normal. That was when you found out. Of course, he's saying this to MJ. From there, we see Spider-Man and MJ on the run. You gotta remember that starting point of the film picks up right from where Far From Home left off. So about a week after the events of Far From Home, Doctor Strange is here pretty much scolding Peter for botching the spell where he wanted people to forget that he was Spider-Man. So you can tell that this scene takes place shortly after the spell was cast. As a result of the spell, they started getting some visitors, quoting Doctor Strange here. So we see Green Goblin's pumpkin bomb land on the bridge with the Green Goblin cackle in the background. Then Green Goblin reveals himself from the smoke. Of course, we get Doc Ock reveal. He was in the first official teaser we got, and he did spill the beans about being in the film earlier this year. He says, "Hello, Peter," and that's Doc Ock assuming that it's Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man in the Iron Spider suit, until Doc Ock finally pins him down and Tom Holland's Peter Parker revealing himself to Doc Ock, to which he replies with, "You're not Peter Parker," confirming that there are more than one Peter Parkers out there in the multiverse. Also seemingly confirming that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man are going to appear in the film at some point. We cut to Doc Ock tossing a car at Spider-Man with a license plate that reads Amazing Spider-Man or ASM 8183, assuming that's an Easter egg for the Amazing Spider-Man number 183, which is a comic where Big Wheel appears. Type out all of your Big Wheel comments down in the comment section below. The MCU Spider-Man films always put license plates in the films that have Amazing Spider-Man Easter eggs on them. Peter Parker also asks Doc Ock, "I'm sorry, what was your name again?" To which Otto responds with, "Dr. Otto Octavius." Peter Parker, MJ, and Ned laugh at his name for some reason, I don't know why. We also have a shot here of Happy Hogan being confronted by the police, since Happy is associated with Peter Parker Spider-Man. Obviously, the police want everybody who's associated with Peter Parker in his life in some way, shape, or form. They're going to go ahead and confront these people, and they're going to want to interview them or interrogate them in this case and try to get some information about Peter Parker. Now, a lot of people have theorized if something's going to happen to Happy Hogan. Honestly, I think he's going to be okay, but then again, we never know, because it seems like the stakes are really high in this film, so we may never know what might happen to Happy Hogan. We get a quick Scooby-Doo reference from the Doctor Strange because he tells Peter and company that there are others out there that need to get sent back, so Scooby-Doo this crap. Since Doctor Strange didn't specify the others being either villains or Spider-Men, other Spider-Men that is, I'm sure Doctor Strange is aware that there are other Spider-Men out there in the multiverse. Then we cut to Sandman and Electro traversing through the city like they normally would. Sandman traverses by flowing in the wind as sand, and Electro as bolts of electricity. We also see J. Jonah Jameson out in the street, not on the screen this time. Doc Ock tells Peter that he's flying out into the darkness to fight ghosts because all the villains died fighting Spider-Man. I'm quoting Doctor Strange here. But here's the thing. Sandman and the Lizard are the only villains that actually lived. Maybe in the other universes, the Lizard and Sandman did manage to die fighting Spider-Man, but we'll just have to wait and see when the film comes out. Doctor Strange tells Peter that it's their fate to die. Then he tells Peter, "I'm sorry, kid." Peter responds with, "Yeah, me too," and pulls a typical righteous Peter Parker because he can't live with the guilt of losing someone because of his doing. As it is, he was already trying to clear his name from Mysterio's supposed murder, so in turn, he snatches this box from Doctor Strange, which seems to be the prison that holds the villains from the other universes. If you're going to steal from Doctor Strange, then prepare for a fight. He then catches Spider-Man just as he's about to escape, pulls an Ancient One on Spider-Man by punching Spider-Man in the chest, launching out Peter's astral projection. Then we get this train sequence where the train just multiply around Spider-Man trying to trap him there. So we're expecting to get a Spider-Man versus Doctor Strange magical fight chase sequence. We get a good look at Jamie Foxx's Electro in a variation of the comic book look. He's not blue this time, and he's sporting the green and yellow colors from the comics. Plus, whenever Electro fires his electric blasts, an electrical star manifests right around his face, which is made to reference the mask Electro wears in the comics. What's interesting in this shot here is that Doc Ock is getting blasted by Electro, or maybe he was caught in the blast. I'm assuming Doc Ock switches sides, which causes Electro to strike at Peter Parker and Doc Ock. Then we finally hear some dialogue from Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin talking to Peter in what I assume is one of the cells Doctor Strange has in the basements of his Sanctum Sanctorum. Green Goblin tells Peter, "You're struggling to have everything you want while the world tries to make you choose," which is sort of a callback to Green Goblin telling Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man to choose on that bridge sequence from the first Sam Raimi Spider-Man film. Green Goblin here in this shot looks pretty much the same here from the first Sam Raimi film, but enhanced in a way. We also have another shot of Willem Dafoe Green Goblin in an alternate suit with no helmet on, just sporting the goggles and tweaked up costume with a satchel to hold his bombs in. A lot of you were claiming that this was perhaps the new Goblin or Dane DeHaan's Green Goblin from the Amazing Spider-Man 2 film, but it's not. It's still Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin. Then we cut to another clip of the trailer with the Lizard, Sandman, and Electro facing Spider-Man solo, or so you think. If it isn't obvious, and you don't have to be a detective to notice, but if you carefully look at Electro, Sandman, and Lizard, they all appear to be jumping towards someone. Assuming Tom Holland's Spider-Man is lunging towards Sandman, who exactly are the Lizard and Electro lunging towards to? That's where Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man come in. What's interesting is that the Brazilian version of the trailer shows the Lizard getting punched in the face, but clearly whoever's punching the Lizard in the face is brushed out of the trailer completely. Marvel Studios does this all the time, and it reminds me of the time when Spider-Man was going to be making his debut in Captain America Civil War. All the trailers of that film airbrushed Spider-Man in the airport sequence, and at that point we all knew he was going to be in the film, but Marvel Studios didn't want to reveal him just yet until we got closer to the release of that film. So it's really no secret at this point that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are in the film. We get a good look at the Statue of Liberty with the Captain America shield celebrating the Falcon becoming the new Captain America. Here's a familiar scene, MJ falling off the scaffolding only to be saved last minute by Tom Holland's Spider-Man. But here's the thing, I think Sony is playing us here. I said this in my live stream last night. I think it's going to be Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man that saves MJ because he feels responsible for Gwen Stacy's death. And he can't just let someone else die, especially if it's a loved one of another version of Spider-Man. I think the part where Tom Holland's Peter Parker says, "I can't do this alone," Doctor Strange will probably come in and probably say, "You don't have to do this alone. I brought in a couple of friends," and then comes in Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, willing to join the fight because naturally Spider-Man has this instinct for being responsible, and knowing Spider-Man, he always lives with the feeling of being responsible for creating his enemies, so it would totally make sense for Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield to be in the film, most likely in the third act of the film. Tickets go on sale November 29th, Spider Monday. That's it for my breakdown of the trailer. Let me know if I've missed anything. Are you all excited? I know I am. Guys, get hyped. It's going to be crazy. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and click on the bell notification so y'all don't miss videos like this, and I will see you all in the next comic panel.